I think we can have a pre-October 7th world, a post-October 7th world. And in this post-October 7th world, aside from the geopolitics, I think the narratives, the public opinion, there's been some huge changes. Talk about that. What changes have you seen?
Well, I think the most important change that we've seen as a direct result of Israel pulverizing Gaza, we've got to remember when we say pulverizing, they have dropped the equivalent of 5 nuclear bombs, at least 5 nuclear bombs, 100,000 tons of TNT on a tiny space, the most crowded concentration camp in history. And they haven't just pulverized Gaza and every single building in an attempt to commit a genocide and to force as many of those 2.3 million Palestinians into the sea. They pulverized their own image. They've pulverized the image of liberal Zionist Israel, the small Western player, the sort of John Wayne being surrounded by Apaches in Fort Apache. That is gone. Liberal Zionism cannot justify a defensive war because it's obviously not defensive anymore. It can't justify apartheid. It can't justify the attacks on the hospitals and the dismantling of society that Israel has attempted, not just the hospitals, but killing each of the surgeons and killing the government and literally dismantling a whole society. And it can't do that in the name of self-defense. And instead, the image of Israel has been replaced. Instead of John Wayne, it's a settler with a Bible in one hand and an M16 rifle in another. Instead of defending known borders, it is fundamentalist Zionists, religious Zionists, who think they're recapturing land that was dictated to them in the Bible, attacking defenseless Palestinians in the West Bank, because we're all forgetting what's going on in the West Bank while we think there is a ceasefire in Gaza, whatever the word ceasefire means. That's the other thing. We say there's a ceasefire, but in fact, Israel has not stopped launching attacks for almost every day since the Sharm el-Sheikh so-called peace accord.
So getting to young Americans, has Israel lost young Americans, especially on the Republican side, which they've traditionally counted on?
Absolutely. And I think that's the real change we're talking about, because that will determine eventually the sort of politician and the sort of leader that will actually start treating Israel as it does every other country, and not say Israel is immune from behaving in a way because of its past or because of the past of the Jewish people.